Transformers.
Welcome to another edition of Jero Vision 2.0, featuring today two iconic legends from the G1 era, both beautifully reimagined and resurrected as part of a new exciting product line from both Hasbro and Takara Tomy manufacturers. Today, we're going to go a few rounds and determine who has the best product in the Product Wars. Though there have been several Optimus Prime releases from Hasbro over the last couple of years, hands down Power Master Optimus Prime is one of my favorite. Featuring a completely redesigned chest with a lot of intricate details and paint applications that just stand out, and I find it to be beautiful. He also comes equipped with your typical Optimus Prime battle helm, but underneath he has a headmaster hidden inside, which is another nice added detail. And when it comes to his hands are actually articulated with a grip, which securely holds his firearms in place. And in addition to his primary weapons, he also has a secondary backup weapon system with his shoulder cannons and flares that appear to be at the top of his shoulders. He rounds out his weapons arsenal with a deflector shield. I love it. Now, switching over to Ginrai, this is another figure I was really excited to get my hands on and eagerly anticipated its arrival. I love the G1 Qs, particularly when it comes to the chest design, where you see that they've incorporated what would have been the quote-unquote God engine as part of his iconic appearance. He also has the traditional battle helm that also has, of course, a headmaster hidden underneath as well. Ginrai features a complete redesign on the hands and the arms, which I like much better actually, still securely gripping his primary weapons. Ginrai also comes with the same secondary backup system as did Power Master Optimus Prime, and of course finally he also comes with a deflector shield as well. I love the added detail here. To many collectors, the redesign on the feet were a big concern, but as we see here, we have absolutely no problems with Ginrai maintaining his stability. And despite Optimus Prime initially appearing to be more stable, in actuality, they fare about the same in terms of balance and stability. Taking a look and putting these guys side by side and getting a chance to match up their details, we also take a moment to reflect on their vintage original predecessors, who also had a little distinction between the two of them as well. As we come back to Ginrai and Power Master Optimus Prime, we talk about the points of articulation where they both have rotation and pivot in the feet, in the knees, in the thighs, in the hips, the shoulders, and as I mentioned before, the difference between one having opening and closing hands and the other have rotating wrists. Let's take this outside so that we have a little more room to maneuver.
Please, after you, Mr. Prime.
Very well. Transform! We'll rendezvous outside in front of the base. Transform and roll out!
I love this guy.
Transform! This seems like a good spot.
Aye.
As we begin taking a look at the vehicle modes, we see that Hasbro decided to go with a bold new look versus the traditional look of Power Master Optimus Prime, but it was tastefully done. Featuring modest paint apps to highlight some of the intricate details, and along with his weapons storage, features an upgraded vehicle battle mode that also came off very nicely done. Like with many of our G1, Optimus Prime variants, he has a rear access door to his storage container. And as an added bonus feature, he has access doors to the storage compartment for his Titan Master. I love this. Though impressed with what Hasbro did with its design cues for Power Master Optimus Prime, I must admit I personally am more impressed with Ginrai when it comes to his G1 traditional styling, as well as the boldness of his paint applications, enhancing his details. And again, armed with support systems just in case roadside assistance may be required during travel. With access and room for in the back of his container. And of course, front door access to the containment compartment that hears and houses his headmaster unit, that features a more vibrant color scheme. Though the original Ginrai or Power Master Optimus Prime were not headmasters, you gotta love these two guys with their detail and articulation. The primary not-so-subtle difference between the two figures is they were two definitively different characters. Ginrai of Takara Tomy was a completely different character from Power Master Optimus Prime of Hasbro. And the tradition continues with the subtle differences between the two vehicles that we have featured here today. Here, seeing the difference between the stripe detailing and the size of the Autobot insignias, and a distinct difference between the back bumpers, which allows yet another conversion for Ginrai's vehicle mode. Seen here, a photo not only depicting a vintage Ginrai, but also how he appeared in Masterforce. Which brings me back to again saying that Takara Tomy did an outstanding job with this homage figure. Power Master Optimus Prime has a third and final conversion mode. Transform Battle Mode. Presenting us with a nostalgic 80s playset kind of throwback feel. I really like this. It's got big guns, it's got little guns, and it also has its own defensive force shield generator. Ginrai, like Power Master Optimus Prime, also shares this same third configuration.
Super Ginrai, transform!
Like with Power Master Optimus Prime, Ginrai is also equipped with weapon systems that allow for aerial or long-range defense, as well as short-range defense, and of course a shield generator for defensive protection. Both base modes having that throwback nostalgic 80s kind of playset feeling to them that I really appreciate being incorporated. And like before, with his vehicle mode, once you add God Bomber to the mix, it kinda kicks it up a notch with additional weapon systems and defensive capabilities and opportunities to ward away any would-be threats. Allowing for a really cool diorama or display with these figures. animated series Masterforce, God Bomber was originally created to be a support system for Super Ginrai as additional armor and an ability to fly into outer space. Side by side, these two figures look absolutely amazing together. And with all the incredible strides that have been made with both engineering and design over the last 30 plus years with Transformer products, God Bomber remains true to his G1 predecessor.
God Bomber, go! Transform! Shogen Gatai! God Ginrai!
As God Bomber power links with Super Ginrai to become Super God Ginrai. And what a magnificent job Takara Tomy did with this figure. I love this piece. Featuring this brilliant, beautiful new chest armor, an additional shoulder cannon and storage for his blaster rifles, stabilizers and weapons on his arms, with the additional weapons also mounted around his ankles, all rounded off with a power sword. You gotta just love this. Oh yeah, and did I mention that he actually flies in the animated series as well? In my opinion, Hasbro and Takara Tomy both did a fantastic job with their effort and attempt to recreate these iconic G1 characters. Though impressed with both manufacturers' products, there could be but only one winner. And in this contest, hands down, Takara Tomy is the victor. You ain't got to go home, but as for me, I'm transforming and rolling out. Peace out, people.